All right, people, when I tell you I have had a very interesting night, I really mean I have had an interesting night. First of all, why, as a restaurant in 2025, you don't take Apple Pay? That's kind of interesting, right? To not take Apple Pay in 2025. Anyway, it doesn't matter. You guys are clicking on this video not because you're worried about me and my Apple Pay problems, but because you guys saw the title and you thought it was crazy and like, let me see what the heck this guy has to say, because why the heck would anybody say that black women are the least desirable out of all women? Well, I think it's crazy as well. That's the reason why I'm talking about it, because I'm not the person who came up with the phrase, but apparently it's just a hot topic in the dating world right now. So I decided to talk about it since you guys know that I talk about dating stuff. So here we are. So as we get started, let me drop a couple facts out there before I start to talk about my opinions. Fact number one. Only 26% of all black women will get married in their lifetime. As of right now, that has been the consensus of the world that we live in. Only 26% of black women actually ever get married. Okay, so fact number two is that, oh, do I be vlogging? Yeah, I be vlogging a little bit.
What's up, man? What's up? Shout out to Canon Corey. You're not locked in with Canon Corey. We not locked in with you.
Appreciate you,
Corey. Okay, dope,
yeah,
bro.
nice to meet you. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. All right, what I was about to say. Fact number two is that black marriages are on the highest decline for divorce rates. Basically, black people are getting divorced the most among everybody right now. So not exactly sure if that's exactly because of black women or people not wanting black women, but that just is what it is. Okay. All right, so now let's get to the part where I talk about my opinion. In my opinion, if it is true that black women are the least desirable out of all the women to date, then I would say it's definitely not because of the way they look. Because black women are, if anything, probably the most gorgeous women I've ever seen anywhere. You know, no matter where I go, black women usually look good. I would say they're the most imitated as well out of all the women as far as looks and style and appearance. But I can also see where people are coming from as far as like why they might not be desirable because of the stereotypes. I think the stereotype more than the actual woman themselves are not desirable. And a lot of that has to do with like media. A lot of that has to do with the way they are portrayed just in general, or just the way they carry themselves in general. A lot of times people look at black women as having like attitude problems or basically just having things going on in their life that doesn't seem to coincide with having peace. And one thing about men, especially the older we get, the more and more our peace starts to become probably our most important thing that we look for in life. Another thing that is not working with, you know, that whole idea of the stereotype as far as like black women having this nasty attitude type thing, it has a lot to do with the fact that it makes you kind of feel like they're a little more masculine than desirable. You know, like me as a man, I don't want the woman that I'm with to necessarily to have masculine traits or similar masculine traits that I have. Like, you really don't have to be masculine at all. I have enough masculinity for both of us. So I can understand that, like, if there was a guy that's trying to decide between like what type of woman he wants or doesn't want, I can see how being masculine can go in with that stereotype basically, and also being masculine also goes hand in hand with being independent. The lack of fathers that have been in a lot of our lives in the black community has led to a lot of black women, mothers, you know, convincing their daughters that, hey, you don't need no man, you can do it on your own, you're independent, you're strong. And to be honest with you, men need to be needed. If we're gonna be in a relationship, we need to feel like, you know, hey, you want us around, that you do need us there. Because if not, then we're gonna feel out of place and feel like, well, what are we doing? Why am I even here? Or, you know, what am I waiting on? Basically. Now, someone in my last post made a good observation, and that was the fact that I didn't harp too much on the solutions. I just kind of talked about the issues and the problems that are going on in the communities, but I didn't really talk too much about the solutions on how to solve them. So I decided on this video, I was gonna at least put out, you know, some ideas on how to solve the issues that are going on if black women are necessarily, you know, in this category, if you guys believe that they're the least desirable, then what are some things that they can actually do to try to solve the situation? I think the solution number one is, you know, if they do fall into that stereotype, because once again, not all women fall into this stereotype, then I definitely would say that one, they have to be self-aware that they are even in this category in the first place, so that they can then maybe start making changes on the way they present themselves, because women don't have to be masculine. Now, one of the last things that I want to throw in here, since I'm also kind of like ripping and running right now, I'm trying to head into Safeway. I just realized that I should probably get something to eat, some snacks for the night, because I just got done being out at the bar. But as another solution, or maybe even last solution for this situation, I would say that, you know, in general, women should start trying to, you know, maybe even ask guys or study, you know, the world and start around them and start to be like, hey, what is it that guys actually want, and not necessarily what they want us to want. I know I've said this a long time ago in a couple other videos, but I haven't said that in a while, but it's really applies, I think, in this situation exactly to the situation at hand. In the stereotypes, if women start to try to look for what it is that guys actually want, or even asking guys what they want, they may be surprised to find out that maybe they are one of the ones that kind of fit into that stereotype, and they don't have to. I low-key need to make a video about how you can find women in the grocery store, because I'm telling you, it really be women out here. Now look, I know I kind of rushed this video just a little bit, but I'm trying to crank these out. You know what I'm saying? Every 2 days, I'm trying to give you guys a pretty fire video. So with that said, make sure you guys are doing your part as well. Make sure you guys are hitting thumbs up. Make sure you guys are leaving comments, joining the conversation, keeping it going, so that we can grow and make some even doper content happen in the future, because that's really gonna be the goal. All right, but until then, I'll see you guys in the next video. And pretty much that's a wrap, folks. That's pretty much a wrap. I'm about to eat my sushi and watch some movies and call it a night. Peace.